Yeah, you know, it's like it's time we gather those glass pipes, smash them on the ground. 'Cause we don't need them, we're losing our people.
Aloha, I'm Jamie.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Kella.
During the next half hour, we're going to introduce you to people who are going to talk about the choices they have made in their lives and people who want to help us understand how important our choices are.
As we become teenagers, we have more control over our own lives, more freedom of expression. We choose how we look, how we dress, what we eat, and most importantly, who we hang out with and what we do.
Each decision, no matter how small or large, affects how we feel about ourselves and how others feel about us. Our choices also affect our health.
I have going on 18 years of time spent taking care of people who can no longer effectively take care of themselves as a result of their drug or alcohol use. After repeated use, you find that your thinking is organized around getting this stuff and then getting over what the effects are so that you can get on to the next time that you use. Your brains are growing at a phenomenal rate. This is a really sophisticated part of the computer, guys. If you're going to take a gun and shoot it at your PC, this is the one part of the computer you don't want to hit unless you want to spend the rest of your life asking other people what time it is and how to get here from there. So here you are, somewhere between age 0 and 18, and you're in school. And what we want to do, if at all possible, is before you have a chance to get in serious danger as an adult, is to give you as much useful information as possible that will keep you alive. We want to give you a lot of productive material that will help you build on that and make your lives easier and more fun. And even though it may not always seem like it, we want to provide you with useful stuff.
The thought of doing permanent damage to our brains is very scary. The choices we make today are so important. So, how do we decide what's good and what's bad?
I look at other people. Did their choices lead them in a direction I want to go?
I use my imagination and think, what could happen? How am I going to feel? And how will it make other people feel?
I always talk to someone who is older, someone who has had more experience in life, like an older friend, my brother, or even an adult I trust.
The world we're growing up in is much different than the world our parents grew up in. Every generation, even our grandparents, search for their own identity.
So if you're feeling lost or confused, you're not alone. It's all part of growing up. Some mistakes are worse than others. Some you just laugh at.
After all, nobody's perfect, and everyone makes mistakes.
But then there are some seriously bad choices, like getting behind the wheel of a car after drinking at a party.
Or starting smoke.
Or maybe saying, yeah, I'll just try one hit of ice.
One thing about being a teenager and being in school is that you are in contact with an awful lot of other teenagers through the day. A couple hundred folks in the course of the day are going to make contact with you who are in your age range. At any given time, 1 in 5 of those people you ran across will be using methamphetamine. The other external influences are such things as alcohol, methamphetamine, marijuana, cocaine, heroin or OxyContin, or any of a number of pain-relieving medications, sedatives like Valium or Xanax or Klonopin or Ambien. These are all stuff that people take to influence how they feel or think. If at any point along the line you've taken any of these things, and I've left off the most obvious one of all for any of you who are 13 to 18, which is nicotine, there are really only about 3 simple reactions. One is, holy smoke, that made me feel awful. Number 2 is, wow, that made me feel great. And number 3 is, that didn't really make me feel anything like I was told it would make me feel at all. I think I'll try it again.
I started using at 13. The first time I did it, I didn't feel anything. After you take that first hit, you're just curious to do it again. And after that, it's again and again, and it turns into a constant flow of your everyday life. The whole time I was smoking, I was saying, yeah, I can stop anytime, you know, I'm just not ready to. But when I tried, it was hard, and I couldn't. I knew what to do to get it, you know, so unless you really want it, you're not gonna stop. Because you're the one who, you know, makes the decision. You're the one who can go get it. Just go in my parents' room, look around in their jewelry, take a couple of things here and there, Next thing you know it, their whole jewelry box is gone. I got all of that money from all of those things, and I got nothing to show for it today. Just being in your own house, knowing you're not trusted. No one was telling me to get help, to go to treatment, to go to rehab. I thought about that on my own, but for me to get to that point, it was where everywhere I would go in my house, my family, like all their personal belongings or their bags, they would carry it on them 24/7. In the bathroom where they go, right next to them. When they sleep, it goes in a safe. Like deep down, my family means the world to me. And no matter what point you're at, you're gonna feel it. And it was at that point where I started feeling like how messed up I was, or how I'm making my family messed up. That made me want to stop. Because when your family's not there, you honestly have no one else, you know, or your family is going to be basically, when it comes down to it, the only thing, you know, that really matters.